We start off the second half of our evening with Kelven Tan. Kelven has over 25 years of experience in the field of entertainment and events marketing. And we're talking big events here. Sing Singapore with 20,000 attendees and Swing Singapore with 200,000. Besides creating these and many other award-winning events, Kelven has served on several prestigious boards, including the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions and the Board of International Festival and Events Association. He's a sought-after speaker and has presented in Shanghai, London, Christchurch, New Zealand, Hong Kong, the US, Malaysia, and Seoul. He tells us all he wanted to do in life was to bring a smile to someone's face. Kelven is married to Pat, and he has two sons, Benedict 12 and Bennett 8, and he feels he is younger at heart than all of them. Kelven.
Hi, good evening. Today I'm going to just present the 20 slides in 20 seconds, so I'm going to speak a little bit fast. It's not going to talk about the events that I've done. I kind of thought that it's important for me to share the thinking behind the events and why. And since I've moved over here 10 months ago, I kind of thought that a lot of this might apply to our community, and maybe you can take a lead from some ideas that I may have. So I was working in Ireland and we were supposed to do a party, so rather than coming up with all sorts of stuff, decided that soap and bubbles work. That's why it was a foam party. Then we decided that, if we could do a lot of things whereby tickets is a problem, so why not you print the T-shirts, and the T-shirt has got hidden UV, and that's the ticket. So you have the ticket and the T-shirt. That worked, and then we had a Halloween party, but it wasn't fun, so we decided to take a block of ice like this and have block parties, so we poured tequila down, and that sold very much, and that became the hit and not the party. So the idea was to do things that really, really worked for and make it very, very different, because at the end of the day, we are selling an experience, and a community is about sharing experience together. There was this party with temporary tattoos, because some people don't like the tattoo, some do, but it's fashionable to do that now. But this was an idea that we did for some matchmaking thing, and I did tattoos that are split into half, so give the guys half, give the girls half, and when they meet each other, they kind of like try to, and they remember, okay? So this was another example of a beach party I did, but Coppertone wouldn't sponsor. So I said, why don't, instead of us asking you for Coppertone to apply, why don't we make stickers that have got reversed so that we get people to lie down with Coppertone, and then at the end of 3 hours they peel, and then you'll be really happy with Coppertone, and then yeah, okay, we'll give you the money. So I know we don't have much sun, but the idea again is to think laterally and different. I like to do things that has got two purposes. So if you think about Lafarge Lakes, and rather than Christmas light up, the day and the night, so if we line up with luminous stuff and then you put it on, so in the day it looks like one thing, in the night it looks different. So maybe we could think about that for Lafarge Lake, which I love very much. Am I going too fast? No, it's okay. So somebody came to me and said that we've got to do something because the beach was empty. So I said, yeah, well, why are we doing with the replacing of the land? Because it was erosion. So I said, okay, rather than just pour sand and then let it get eroded, why don't you bring the sand early? Let me do a festival and build sand castles like this. And then when it's finished, we will then push the sand back, and so that worked. So we, like in the Coquitlam, we have a lot of trails. So many people don't know, like bike trails. It's a 100-year-old sports event. It's a world class. There are many people around, and actually the leaders are in Japan. But if you can look at all our trails and have those bike trails, please don't belittle the bikes. Each bike costs about 5,000 minimum, because they are light and they're strong. Okay, here comes the kids. The kids want to do something, the adults want to do something, so I decided to put something together called paper. So, but if you do paper, it's no point. So one day I sort of thought about it. I said, yeah, you can't do it, so go ask Tetra Pak, because Tetra Pak, they like the paper because it's good, and then because it rains a lot here, we could build something, fold it, and get everybody involved. Okay, then I come back to this. The Sand Festival was in the 4th year, and coming around the idea. So what we did was, rather than build it up, we piled the sand up for 2 meters high, and then we dug down, so people could walk and then walk down. So anyway, so that's the idea of doing it day and night. But the idea was always thinking out of the box, not thinking about what, So in the event that we wanted to have an event within an event, I actually hit a lot of colored balls in there. So at the end of the event, everybody will go smash the sandcastles down, and then it's sponsored, so they collect little balls and go and take prizes. So maybe BC Lottery might want this, I don't know. So, but it works, right? So it's an event within an event, and smash and win, and the smash and win work more than that. Okay, so I decided to have flower festivals. Think of Lafarge Lake or anywhere else, Rocky Point, whatever, with flowers. But the idea was in Chinese New Year, everybody would dress up very well and they all take pictures. So we did little things like this so that every picture would frame any 35mm camera, because everybody would send a picture back to the family and everybody wears the best clothes on the first day of the new year. So that was the idea. Now, nobody knows where Coquitlam is, I think, but if we had a homing pigeon kind of thing and we get everybody around the world and have all the pigeons fly to us. But if we get rid of them before the pigeons poop too much, right? So, but this is another idea. I kind of thought, yeah, this happened while I was sitting in the Lafarge Lake. So I said, hey, maybe we should do that. So that's your thinking. Now, we recently had something at Rocky Point where all the bands played. Now, we have a lot of diversity in Coquitlam and the Tri-City, so why don't we get them to do something like that and twist the balloons, because balloons is something to every kid, different colors, different races, different music, but if every band were to do that and come together, and then we have an instant parade that we can just have fun. So an idea like this might work, right? So, paw prints. Kids love to dirty the place. The lady said, break the rules. I say, yeah. Color their paws and just do everything, and you'll be amazed what it can do to the entire park or anywhere else we want to do. So I think we have a lot of activities, but the idea again was to allow play to be touch and everything to be it. Easter, don't look for the eggs, throw the eggs. Right? So the kids love to throw, so I did something where the longest throw. So the other side you wear a poncho and you catch the egg. If you can catch it without breaking, you win, depending on the distance. So that I think works better than trying to look for eggs. Damn, where are the eggs? So coming back to that paper land, these are all just Tetra Pak paper folded, and then you can display it. Can you imagine every school in District 43 were to fold something and they paint it and color it, and then they just put it all over Lafarge or anywhere else it needs to be, and then we can call it whatever we want to call it, right? So it's another idea, because then people are always very proud to display what they do. And then for the balloon hat, if you run out of some extras, what is Balloons of Hope is that everybody write something and stuff that piece of paper inside the balloon, fill it up, and then in one ceremony, everybody comes together. This will work very well for Japan. And then let all the balloons go. When the balloons come down, you find a piece of paper, write to it, and then you can say, hello, come to Coquitlam. I don't know. Idea of a Zork ball. This came from New Zealand, but instead of having it just like that, what I did was say, hey, why don't we think of it as a huge pinball machine, so that everybody will go in there and they can Zork. But the idea was to create something that allowed the community to do differently and make it a race. A quick one, the last slide here. We don't have enough facilities for conventions, but maybe we can do it. But when we did this, there was no boat, there was no show. But I think that we can try to amass our facilities across Tri-Cities and put all the resources together so that we can attract what we want to do to Coquitlam. Thank you very much.